even as the 101 teachers battle with COVID-19, a good number of teachers made their way back to schools this week after an unceremonious 9-month break. However, thousands of educators who worked in private institutions were not so fortunate. Well, this after 399 private schools shut permanently. Tonight, we bring you the stories of 3 teachers who found themselves in the unemployment boat. You'll hear how Jentrix, Divinar and Sharon braved the waves of the pandemic to make it to the shores of financial freedom.
House of Comfort, hello. Yes, please.
Ordinarily, Jentrix would be standing in front of a classroom of pupils teaching an English lesson. Things have certainly changed since then, thanks to the pandemic. She's become a true jack of all trades. Though her heart is in the classroom.
There are kids who could actually tell me that I really want to be a teacher because of you. So that kept me going. And I must say, I don't teach right now, but I miss the kids that I have taught.
We have suspended learning in all our education institutions with immediate effect.
That announcement would send the livelihoods of thousands of teachers into a tailspin. Over the course of 9 months, more than 300 private schools shut down, unable to sustain their financial obligations. Many converted into other business ventures, rendering thousands of teachers jobless.
So when schools closed, I came back to the house and tried to figure out, to think outside the box, what else I could do alongside teaching, now that schools had been closed down. So a month into it, I started online classes.
Jentrix was caught up in that devastating wake. She would soon get into other income-generating activities that now fall under her thriving business, House of Comfort.
I wanted to bring another teacher on board so that we become full-fledged. So when this teacher came on board, I asked him what he had been doing previously, and he shared with me that he had been working at a peanut butter processing plant. So I got interested, and I asked him what exactly happens at that plant. So he shared with me, and I grabbed that idea, and I started it the very day. So with peanut butter, it did so well, and from the proceeds of the peanut butter, I started a chicken business.
Jentrix reveals that her ingenuity during the closure of schools was her saving grace.
I said I will not sit pretty and wait on the government like some of my colleagues were saying that TSC should cushion even the teachers in private schools. You need to learn to thrive in any situation. You're thrown into the den of lions, just find a way. That is exactly what I did. I found a way, and I must say 2020 has been a good year for me.
So good, in fact, Jentrix says her earnings are far better now than they were when she was in the classroom. Though schools are open, Jentrix chose to hold her daughter back from school, however, opting to have her learn at home with a hired teacher coming in daily to take her through her lessons. It was a decision she made during the pandemic.
I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, I'm an entrepreneur, and it's not easy juggling between the two. But then, if it's about maximizing your potential, you know what you want, you're going to stop at nothing to get exactly what you want. You'll kind of juggle between business, between playing mom roles and everything. So she had her own teacher. I was teaching other students, but she had her own teacher during the pandemic. And yeah, I juggled and I made it.
And she's not alone. This may look like a playgroup, but look again, and you'll notice some similarities. We're at Divinar Joseph's home, and these are her children.
The singleton, Lana, and then I have the quadruplets, Lara, Liana, Libby, and Lisa. And then I have a niece who is like my child because I've been with her since she was 2 months, so she's Jasmine.
She has a decade of teaching experience under her belt, having taught in various well-known private institutions. That would come to an abrupt halt when the pandemic struck, and her employer fell under the weight of growing financial burdens.
We lost a lot of students, so financially the school wasn't stable because of the pandemic. They also suffered. And, international school, Kiswahili is not a core subject. The core subjects are mathematics, English, and the sciences. So Kiswahili is just an optional subject. So some of us had to lose our jobs.
With 9 mouths to feed and her husband on unpaid leave, Divinar had to put her networking skills to good use and find any opportunity to earn some extra money.
Like, if you want to sell your car, I'll help you sell it. You give me something. No. If you want to sell your shamba, I'll help you. You see, nakusaidia unanipea kitu. You know me. I had to do
I am a child. I am a child of God. And sing, dance. I am a child of...
Divinar decided to try homeschooling her girls after their school closed last year. And even though it is back up and running, she's maintained learning from the comfort of her living room. Reason? Plain and simple. The cost.
When I went to a school and then we were told to buy uniform. Of course, you can't buy one pair. Remember, there are 6. So you buy 3 pairs each. It was expensive. Kwanza the fleeced jackets, the sweaters, imagine 2,000, 1,500 each. Uniform only was just overwhelming to buy. Plus, now the transport, it was very expensive.
When I want to pray...
Sharon counts this job as a lifeline. She was just getting into her teaching career when the pandemic hit.
I never knew it would go for that long. I knew maybe it will be for 2 months, 3 months, and then everything will go back to normal. But it has been quite tough. And of course, I have bills. I have to take care of myself. I had to do some other things, some other hustles, like working. Before I came here, I was working in a boutique.
Sharon says Divinar's call came at the right time. She's found it a better option than teaching in a conventional classroom.
Unapata in a class, I used to have 35 kids. Dealing with them individually, it's not ujue what each child needs and all that. It wasn't easy. Now it's the opposite. Here I only have 5 kids. With these 5 kids, I'm able to deal with them per person. Right now, ukiniuliza, I know what each of them can do.
Just recently, Divinar got the chance to teach again, but not in a school of brick and mortar.
Kidato is it's a virtual school. It never started with Corona. It started way back. It's an old school. So it has students from all over the world, from Singapore, from Malaysia, Australia, USA. It has students from Kenya now. I think they were opening a branch in Kenya. So I got lucky. So actually, I have fewer lessons, daytime. Most of my lessons are from 4 because of the time difference. So I'm able to now to be in the way my children are homeschooling. I'm able to monitor, and I'm also able to take charge of the home because honestly, I need to be around.
If nothing else, Divinar admits having more time with her children is one blessing the pandemic brought. These 3 women are certainly some of the fortunate ones who saw the silver lining and took charge of their fate. 2021 finds them wiser, more prepared, and surprisingly hopeful for better days ahead.